Hi guys, just got done watching Tales from the Darkside Season 1, Episode 15, Answer Me. This is a one-woman show, well, one-person show, and it's a great episode. It's It's got great tension, it's got great suspension, and you just sit there going, what's going to happen? Sadly, the end is a bit silly, so I'm going to go through it. So basically, Joan Matlin, played by Jean Marsh, is the only person really in this episode, like I said a minute ago. And she's fantastic. The actress is amazing, believable. You can tell she's a quality, old school actress. What I mean by that is, the real thing, not just some fly-by, you know. So, basically, she's living next door and she's rented the place for $600 for the apartment. So all of a sudden, there's these phone calls keep happening next door, which the phone's right up against her bedroom wall, and it happens constantly. And she's like, oh, like covering her head and that, and she's like, she leaves it, and it stops, and then it starts again, and it stops, and it starts again, and then she starts hearing some banging as well, and then it stops again. It just keeps going on and on and on. So eventually her curiosity gets to her and she decides to investigate it. So she goes and investigates and the door opens and there's nobody inside. There's nothing there. So she basically is like, okay, so what's causing it? Why is she getting why is all the phone calls happening in that room? So she basically picks up the phone and calls to get the number disconnected. And the person on the line says you can't disconnect the phone if you're not the owner and if you don't know what the number is. And she's like, but you should know what the number is. And the person who lived here died here years ago. So the woman on the phone's not very polite, basically like, can't do that, can't do that. And they say something on the phone about how somebody killed themselves, suicide with a telephone wire. And you sit there going, and I was like, okay, where's this going? So she basically unplugs the phone and then she leaves. Well, she is ringing and she has massive bangs on her thing, so she decides to investigate again. Now this is all in the evening, night time. And you're like, if you're going to investigate, why wouldn't you investigate during the day? Well, if the phone's ringing constantly, you want to sleep. You want to get over and done with. Now, doors slam, like supernatural kind of activity, but she doesn't seem to pay attention to it. There's big marks on the door when she walks in, and she just doesn't seem to pay much attention to it. She notices it, but it doesn't stop her. There's a point where she goes, she should just stop and leave. She should just stop and leave. So she goes in there, and she tries to escape at one point, and the phone comes to life. And the phone's, you get like a camera shot from on top of the phone and moving along on the floor. It's just really, really silly. That scene made me laugh like anything. I was almost falling off my chair. So basically drives into her and then the cable swings around her neck and strangles her to death. So basically the owner of the place got killed that way, just like how Joan gets killed in it as well. So you're sitting there going, so is this phone supposed to be possessed then? And to be honest, the ending does kind of ruin the story because there is a lot of like creepiness to it. There is a lot of like what's going to happen next. Is it just the phone? What's causing the banging? Was the phone banging up against the wall? Did the phone scratch the door? It makes you think about it. And I like that about this episode. I think this episode is really good up until the last 2 minutes. And I think the last 2 minutes kind of ruined what could have been a great ending. But then there's no other way it probably could have gone, to be honest. So, I liked it. I thought it worked out. I thought it was pretty good. Like I said, the ending wasn't as good as it could have been. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. Jean Marsh, like I said, was fantastic. She was the only person in this one other than the voice on the other side. And she just totally engulfed the role and had me basically watching her constantly, hooked. What's going on? Watching her deteriorate, her mental condition deteriorate from the phone and from the banging, and seeing her from somebody who was fairly straight and amazing to somebody who was like this almost all the time and like, was amazing. Watching her go from okay to basically completely gone out of her mind to being murdered by a telephone. It was pretty good. I liked it. So I'd recommend it. I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 because if it wasn't for the silly phone death thing, I probably would have enjoyed it a lot more. But still, I did laugh at it, so I gave it the extra 0.5 because it was still pretty good. So, guys, I hope you enjoy watching it if you ever do. And thanks for watching, and please look forward to some more Tales from the Dark Side reviews. Take care, guys, and have a lovely, lovely day.